Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com with match number 3 with the Innistrad flashback draft. Yes, we like to play first. Very keepable hand. This is wonderful. This is about as good as they come. Maybe the Goliath or something else. This card's actually kind of weird in this deck. We have the first turn Mayor of Averbrook, or second turn, excuse me, but a first turn Traveler's Amulet we can just cast. And then we have Invisible Stalker if it can get hooked up with either a Wreath or a Demon equipment. We should be really good. So start with the Traveler's Amulet and pass the turn. And hope he's a very slow deck and the Mayor can flip. You haven't seen the power of this guy when he flips. He starts putting out 2/2 wolves like crazy. And they all actually get +1/+1. So they're huge wolves. Diregraph Ghoul. Guy's aggressive. So we'll go with the Mayor. Forbidden Alchemy will be a great card to put some cards in the graveyard. And hopefully we can... If he's the black-red deck, there's got to be the Brimstone Volley. We haven't come across that yet. The 3 Brimstone Volleys. And there was a lot of good removal in red. Delver of Secrets. That card, if it flips, it could give us a problem. But we're definitely just going to keep up Forbidden Alchemy and force a Mayor to flip. And then force him to cast 2 spells. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're not going to attack with Mayor. He absolutely would make the trade. So see if Delver does flip. Delver's not that powerful against us because of our flyers will outclass it, the 3/4 flyers, which we most likely will get. And he reveals a walking corpse. He didn't need to reveal it to us, I don't believe, because it says you may reveal the card. And so he has a walking corpse, but he needs... I don't know if he's going to be able to cast 2 spells. And it says if a player casts 2 or more spells. So I can cast a spell and he can cast a spell, and the Mayor still won't flip back over. So this is a walking corpse, and he has to have like another spell in hand. And he can't attack with either one of these. And we'll Forbidden Alchemy. Which finds us, I think at this point we need to grab our Swamp. I hate to do that, but the Swamp allows us to flashback the Forbidden Alchemies. It gives us a land that we desperately need. And we can still, I'm not worried about his Delver. We can still cast the Makeshift Mauler. So we'll play the Swamp, cast the Mauler, exile the Drake, and then pass. And now we got value out of our nice little Mayor. Which we have a 3/3 Wolf token. And if the Mayor happens to flip back over, so be it. Not a big deal. We've already got the value. See if he finds an instant or sorcery on top of his library with Delver, which in draft isn't very likely. I mean, you're going to be running 40% creatures and almost 40% lands. And so it makes Delver very hard to flip, but he does flip the Delver. So there goes my hypothesis. Can't really Cackling Counterpart yet. Anything, it has to be double blue for the Cackling Counterpart. I'm kind of wishing I would have actually drafted the Cackling Counterpart. But we're more aggressive than he is if he's attacking with Delvers. We have a 4/5 that he can't even double block. Invisible Stalker can come out, sure. We're going to start breeding wolves like crazy. And we should be in great shape. Spider Spawning's can actually block his Delver. So we will play a land. I think that Go ahead and tutor this. And we can actually cast Invisible Stalker. It's only one spell cast this turn. And go ahead and attack in with the Makeshift Mauler. And we'll get another wolf here. So Walking Corpse, see if he has 2 spells to cast to flip my Mayor. He does. And then there's the Cobbled Wings. So he'll attack in with his Delver, put me down to a 12. But this will make our Invisible Stalker actually a 2/2. Almost there for the Forbidden Alchemy. We need 6, or is it 7? It's 7. Okay, so Spider Spawning does nothing. We'll attack in the Makeshift Mauler. And the Invisible Stalker. And if he wants a 2-for-1 zombies, then I'm okay with that, I think. Yeah, we need to get him out of the way. He should triple block here. But I'd actually want some cards in my graveyard. So he is an aggressive deck. I think I'll bring in the Hysterias. The Blinding Hysterias. Just it can stop an Alpha Strike and a Gnaw the Bone. So this is fine. Get a creature in the graveyard. We get 2 damage in on him. Our Mayor will flip again, giving us back 3/3s. And he shouldn't be able to cast 2 spells this turn. So we're back to a 3/3 Mayor and 3/3 Wolves. And if we need to at least just put a blocker out for the Delver for a turn, we can get 1 Spider Spawning. It's a kind of obnoxious card because it does allow him to block a wolf. I think so. If he thinks he's gonna race me, I guess he could cast another spell and flip the Mayor back over. So I'm down to a 7. I guess it's possible he does race. If we can get another wolf, though, we'll definitely swing in with everything. And I actually kind of want to block the Mayor because then that allows us to get 2 Spider Spawnings. So, here comes another wolf. Oh, it's being my end step. So I won't get another wolf quite yet. I think I need to alpha. So I take 5 and any bump in the night wins the game. I guess I just block attacking with both. He's got to block with the rats. I actually think Spider Spawning is the safe bet, just in case he has. Hate to use it right now with very little value, but at least it gives me a blocker. I think that's pretty relevant with another wolf. And crazy I can get out aggroed here, though. We have 10 damage on board, though, if he swings with both and doesn't bring back a blocker. The problem is he does exactly enough to kill me in 2 turns. And the Forbidden Alchemy flashback is going to take too much for me to get a flyer to block. I get end up losing this. The best card we could draw into is the Morbid gain 5 life. But Delver flipping was very lucky for him on that specific turn. If we were up at least even 3 more life, I think the game is out of reach. But we have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 damage. I don't know if even blocking the Delver does anything here. Puts me down to a 2. So maybe I should have waited a turn in Forbidden Alchemy. Alright, that makes life a lot more easy. To block the Delver for a turn. And that actually might just do it. Right? We can... No, we'll swing in with everything. Take 7 here. I think I'm actually gonna... Yeah, we'll cast... No, the Goliath I can't even cast yet, so... So I could get a Silent Departure. If I Forbidden Alchemy right now. So he does make us counter it. Or pay 1. But he has to have something amazing in his hand to have to discard a useless Goliath. At this point, Goliath's pretty bad. And then we should be good to go. Just waiting on our opponent. Come on. Come on, opponent. If he had a Victim, he would have used it earlier. And let's see here. Play some Jeopardy music while we're waiting. I usually edit these dead points out, but I'm too lazy to edit lately. It just takes too much time. So I'm just giving you the raw video files. I guess what we can do while waiting for him to just click OK is we can go on to a deck list that I'm trying to work on. This is a Villainous Wealth. I keep seeing all these deck lists they run Ulamog and Ugin and try to go the explosive vegetation route and Nissa's Pilgrimage, and I thought, hey, I wonder how well Villainous Wealth will work in this. And I might actually not even go Ulamog. It just seems like if you're ramping enough, you might as well. Maybe I'll cut down and just go more of a control route with like Languishes, not even go like the Rattleclaw Mystics or even the Hangerback Walkers. It's going to take some tuning, but I think this Sultai Villainous Wealth deck is going to work out really well. Anywho, we'll go back over. It looks like our opponent finally clicked OK. So we'll pay the 1. And discard the Goliath. And all these are bad, but we'll go ahead and get the Boar. And then pass the turn. So we get a Wolf, Witch, and we're at 7 life still. He has to figure out, like, double bump could work if it's double bump, but I don't see anything else. And there's the concession. All right, so let's see here. We want the Hysterical Blindness and the Knot of the Bone. We can cut out a island, and then what is the weak card? Do you even need a Demon Mail in this one? I still think Demon Mail is good to. I don't even know if we need like our 6/9 Trampler. Mulch is fine. Mayor's good. The Wreath has been kind of weird in the deck. I'm going to cut it and we'll submit this. This way we have 2 more cards that can help versus his aggression. We had to mulligan that. We'll put the Mulch on top. That's a good card with Gnaw of the Bone. And let's see if he's got a first turn. He does. So, oh, it's just Typhoid Rats. That's not as bad as like a first turn Diagraph. And we have Forbidden Alchemy and Gnaw. That's going to help. I mean, Forbidden Alchemy and Mulch, so it's going to help put stuff in our graveyard. Again, this does seem a little bit like a non-bow with the Makeshift Maulers plus the cards like Gnaw. But I think you get enough value out of either one. So we do need to find an island for this Mulch. Hopefully this Mulch just doesn't miss like crazy here. We do find a 1 of island. And pass the turn. This will allow us to Stitch Drake. Will give us a blocker for his Vampire Interloper. Or the Screeching Bat. We're Screeching Bat. Too bad we don't have a way to throw it back on top. But taking 3 here. And we'll be able to Stitch Drake. That'll be another nice card later on. There's our Delver. You can't quite Screeching Bat this turn. Plus Screeching Bat loses its flying, though, when they turn it into a vampire. So you can attack in with this Typhoid Rats. Hopefully he doesn't have removal for Stitch Drake. If that's the case, then we can get the Mauler out, though. But he's got double flyers at the 2 power slot. Forbidden Alchemy can go find me another land and more cards in the graveyard. Sign Departure is only 5 to flashback, I believe. So Walking Corpse and a Mask that gives +1/+2 and Hexproof. So I think this just takes his turn other than the Typhoid Rats. So we take the Rats. So you got a very aggressive blue-black deck. And this turn, unfortunately, I think we just need a Forbidden Alchemy right now. I think the Invisible Stalker is kind of weak right now. I'd rather have a land. This does give us a way to. Yeah, this is gonna be rough, especially if he puts that mask on his 5/5. But he can't do it this turn because it costs 3 to equip, so we can end up flashing back. I will take 5 this turn, though. 6 this turn. If he pays the Screeching Bat cost. But this sets him back an entire turn if he pays it. One card still in hand. Yeah, we're taking 6. I could see him alpha swinging here. He does not, though. Down to a 9. Shouldn't have it. Hopefully it's not a Delver's last card in his hand. That'll be very annoying if it is. There's our one of Swamp. I think that we'd still just, we'll play Forest. And we'll Silent Departure. Put it back in his hand. Sets him back a turn. But unfortunately, we are pretty slow here. You can throw the Mask of Avacyn on his Walking Corpse. I think what he's going to do is he's going to cast his Bat again. He has Bat and mana for the Mask. So if he can equip the Mask on his Bat. And then we definitely need to find like a Spider spawning and a bunch of creatures in our graveyard for the knot to the bone. The Demon Male Harbert can get our guy up to a 7, which can actually block his Bat. But a Stormkirk Patrol comes out, which is all right. Still getting in there with that Typhoid Rats. It's just really tough for me to deal with. Can't double cast. Yes, I can double cast. No, I do not. Yes, I do. I do have a land in the graveyard. So that's nice. So what this allows us to do is Makeshift Mauler gives us a blocker. And Mayor. And this puts him on a little bit of a... The unfortunate part is the Mask can go on the Stormkirk Patrol and still cast the Bat. And we'd have to lose our Makeshift and a Mayor. And not really have much of a play. I think that's what he needs to do, is just throw the Mask. And it's perfect. It gives him +1/+2, which is the rough. He still has that 2/2 flyer. I really disagree with that play. At this point, I do think I want... And there's the Bat that's coming out. Ugh, yuck. Regenerate, hexproof. I think I let this go through, unfortunately. I guess there's worse stuff that could happen. Down to a 5. Now, how do we need to gain life. Drain's Assistance, nice. Gives us just a blocker. But we want to trigger off the Morbid. We know what the one card left in his hand is, so we're not going to use this yet because we need to gain 5 life. So once again, we'll just pass and see if we can stabilize versus the Typhoid Rat. And we have to deal with a 5/5 that can become even bigger. So there's his bat. And he tapped his man terribly wrong. See if he realizes his mistake. Yeah, he messed up. I'll punish him for that mess up. Tapped his mana wrong. And I don't know why he's not equipping this to his bat. So he misplayed twice here. Unless he's got some mana up with his, like a Dissipate or something like that. Spider Spawning we don't need to use yet. Drain's Assistant we can at least add a mana. Finds a Makeshift Maw. That was actually pretty good. And then we'll equip. I think just the Mayor here is the better equip. No, we have a... No, it needs to go on the Stitch Drake. Now we have Morbid active. We'll gain 5 life. Yeah, that misplay is going to cost him. We're up to a 10. And I could even attack in here, but I think that we keep things back. He only has one more card. He's probably going to spend his mana to make a 5/5. But that is not flying. So we can throw a Mayor in front of it if we want. And he still doesn't have the mana to actually pump it. So I'm actually doubtful that he does this, because then it allows Mayor to flip. And we just need to grind this match out. I don't know if we could even stop the Typhoid Rat Assault. We have pretty decent amount of creatures in the graveyard for Spider Spawnings to give us some turns. But with the Typhoid Rat Skeletal Grimace, that would have been really, really problematic. Now so the Screeching Bat, it's weak. I don't care about that. He should have flipped it. He can attack in with both his Vampire Interloper and his Screeching Bat. Gnaw can gain us quite a bit of life too. And not attacking it allows the Mayor to flip. Which just allows us to flip. Or get a... Do I want to actually cast the Spider Spawnings? I think I just keep up Forbidden Alchemy to get the most value out of both the Gnaw. I have Gnaw that can be cast instant speed. Now I have a blocker. Highly doubt he pays this. And Mayor should grind this out. He does pay it, which means that he won't be able to cast double. And the Stalking Vampire can easily block it, but I'll just throw a Wolf in front of it. I have a renewable resource to throw a Wolf and the Hollow Hinge. One card left in our opponent's hand. And we'll flashback a Forbidden Alchemy, end of turn. And he doesn't decide to do anything here, so... Forbidden Alchemy finds us a Murder of Crows, which I think is the better. Yeah, definitely the better. It gives another flyer. And even the Goliath is good here, but I think we just Murder of Crows because it allows us to still have spider spawnings up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite. So we do have another Forbidden Alchemy. I think we just attack in with a Stitch Drake. Get him down to a 13. He actually can't block. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually think that spider spawnings is the right play here, not murder. So we put a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach on the battlefield for each card in my graveyard. This gives me plenty of blockers. 5 of them. And another 3/3. Oh, did I cast 2? Yes, okay. I did not cast 2. Thought I was seeing flip there. And I don't think he wants... He might actually have to flip it so it gives a blocker for the Stitch Drake. Fortress Crab does absolutely nothing. It's kind of weird in his deck, being an aggressive deck. And now he's just swinging out of frustration. Which should be game. Unless he's got something in his hand. Hysterical Blindness doesn't really do much. This allows me at 2 damage. And can we actually lethal on the backswing? Oh, that flips my poor Mayor, so now we're not lethal on the backswing, but he does just scoop anyway. Alrighty, so there we have it. We'll get 2 Innistrad packs for that. And cool little Sign in Blood promo. But maybe we'll play another one. And I still feel like our deck did really well. Except that Spare from the Evil, that's the one card that lost us our 2 games. The deck performed phenomenally. Anyway, this has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.